Okay, this is video number 2. Presumably you watched the previous one, which is only a minute or two long. I think if you haven't, it would be a good idea if you do, so you just get a rough idea what my issue is. So now, all right, we're back with the Cessna 172 at Wheeling Airport on the departure end of runway 3. I'm going to go back to settings to show you what I've got so far. Settings, controls. Okay. VJoy device, flight control services, primary control services, nothing is selected in primary control services at the moment. But see down here it's showing joystick L axis X, joystick axis Y. And as we showed in the previous video, it's definitely seeing the VJoy device. And when we went to hardware settings, it's moving on that. This is on the x-axis. So I go back and forth on the x-axis, it's moving. And when I hit the X key, which is what VJoy has set up to activate or deactivate it, I'm hitting the X key right now, and then I move, and it doesn't move. I hit the X key again, just did it, and it's moving. Now, if I go to the Y-axis, it should be the same thing, except it moves going up and down, of course, so that we control the elevators. And hitting the X key will stop it there. Hitting the X key will stop it or make it go no matter where you are, in my experience. Okay, so now let us go back. So here I am in VJoy device. And this is primary control services. Right now nothing is picked. Okay, the meaning of this I don't really fully understand. That's why I'm hoping that one of you very knowledgeable guys will be able to help me. Now I'm going to look at secondary control services. And nothing. Control trimming surfaces. And nothing. Why is there nothing? Well, as I'm doing this, I'm remembering what I have already done. Let me go back to primary control services, because I tried. Secondary, primary control services. Whoops, back. Okay, down here is what looks like it should be the thing. Namely, ailerons axis and elevator axis. But I try, click scanning, 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 scan canceled. Elevator axis, same thing. Scanning, 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 scan canceled. I don't know why. It shouldn't be doing it. I think that's a central issue. What's the other? They're elevator, ailerons, elevator, and rudder. Rudder axis, rudder axis. Scanning, 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 scan cancel. So now, just as long as we're doing this, I'll show you what I got on keyboard. Bunch of stuff. This is the standard FSX 2020 bindings. Aileron roll, num 4, num 6. I never use these things, but they're there. I don't know, are they conflicting? Do they cancel the mouse out? I don't know, because when we go to the airplane, you'll see that the control yoke is struggling. Let me just finish this first. Okay, so here are where am I at? Keyboard picks. So it's num2. This is all the stuff you do over in the numpad, you know, which is the way it was in 2020. Num0, and then you go. This is all the 2020 stuff. I say, contrary to my esteemed Jonathan Beckett, who thinks you shouldn't do this because it's gonna, going back to 2020 stuff when you're in 2024. And I understand his point, but right now it's this or nothing as far as I'm concerned. So, okay, here F6, F8, stand flaps, all the flap stuff. That's all from 2020. I didn't touch a thing. I just said, give me the 2020 profile, and bam, here it is. Okay, and I think it's all fine. Okay, and then mouse. Okay, now what effect are these things having? I'm not sure. Rotor axis. This is why it reacts to the mouse, which I think is not a bad thing at all. Rotor axis, aileron axis, and elevator axis. On joystick, I couldn't get anything to show up. On mouse, I get this to show up. Maybe if I deleted these things, VJoy, the joystick axis, would be available. I don't know. I'd love if somebody more knowledgeable than me has some input on that. All right, now let us go to the airplane, and let me show you what's going on with that. Saving back. Okay, resume, restart. Okay, into the airplane. How do we do that? I forget. Hit the end key. The escape key. There we go. Okay, now push down a little bit. Now see, okay, I can make it go like this, but I don't have any control over it, and I can't make elevator work very well. And I have tried flying the airplane. The airplane will fly. Here, let me get outside. You'll see the. Do I make the elevators move? Sort of. See, they're hiccuping. They're reacting somehow, but I'm not controlling them. There go the ailerons. So, it's trying. It's something, the end key puts me back in. So that's basically where I'm at. And you know what? With 2020, I was here. I went through a horrible process of getting this mouse joystick to work in 2022 weeks. But I was at this place at one point, and how it got from here to working, I've got it working in 2020. It's perfect. When I hit the X key, it'll stop. The yoke will work perfectly. Just take my word for it. I mean, I can demonstrate it for you, but you don't got time to wait, and I don't either. Now here, see that there's the joystick, there's the virtual controller. When it's green, it's working. It's not working because virtual controller is in front. But if I make it, how do I make it red? Stop it. Now it's red. Now I'll go back to the airplane. Oh, it will. See, oh, that's not, I forgot. It shouldn't move now. So VJoy is not, or the Virtual Essentials is not controlling it. Well, that's where it is. If anybody's got any assistance or thoughts on this at all, I'd be most grateful. Thanks a lot for spending any time looking at it.